So welcome back again, guys, to We Talk Boxing, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my initial post-fight thoughts regarding the Derek Chisora versus Gerald Washington fight, which took place last night on the undercard of the Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius main event. So, as always, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. So, my initial thoughts is that I feel as if it's time now for Derek Chisora to finally hang up his gloves. It was an okay performance, but you could just see from both sides that both guys, you know what I mean, this was it for both guys because they just looked, how can I say it, uh, lackluster, laboured. There wasn't as much energy at times. Both guys looked knackered from round three. You know what I mean? I get it's boxing, yes, and I get both guys you know what I mean, are throwing punches and are landing against each other, etc. But they both just looked knackered from round three, and obviously you have to take their age into consideration and the punishment that they've had along the years. Both guys are not young. I think Derek Chisora is like 39, give or take. And Washington's older than him, so he's probably like 40, 41. So both guys are, you know what I mean, at the latter end of their career now, and it wouldn't surprise me now in the next couple of days that we hear that both guys are pretty much retired. I don't feel as if Derek will retire though. I feel as if he is stubborn. And I feel as if, you know what I mean, he still thinks that he's got something to offer the heavyweight division. And he could be right, but I just feel as if it's time for him to just bow out on a big bill like that with a victory and call it a day before he ends up losing to someone who that he shouldn't lose to. Um, because he's pretty much for years now been known as a gatekeeper for the heavyweight division, and on that performance, yeah, I mean, I have to agree. But again, as I said, it was a close fight, but I did in the end have Chisora winning by a round or two. And besides the cut which happened in the second round, and Chisora sitting on his bum at the end of the second round, yeah, it was pretty much Chisora who was pushing the pace. He did look like the fighter who was, if someone was going to get knocked out, that he was going to do the knocking out because he was pushing it. He was looking for those big those big overhand rights. Whilst Washington was very reserved. At times when he did let his hands go, he looked okay, but it just wasn't enough. He was only throwing like less than 20, like 10 to 15 punches around, which is not a lot. He was pretty much just standing upright and trying to get out of the way and moving a lot. But he, again, as I said, looked very, 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 very knackered. You know what I mean? Come the third round, and Chisora was, as Chisora is, he's cut, he's bleeding, he's working, he's knackered, and he just doesn't stop, which is good. But as I said, for me, from my personal point of view, I'd like him to just kind of bow out with a win on a big stage, and you know what I mean, in front of his family, rather than fighting against, let's say, an up and comer like Johnny Fisher, who was on the card, for example. Big puncher, prospect, up and coming. You know what I mean? If he takes on someone like a Chisora, I've got to go with Fisher. And that'll probably surprise a lot of you, but you know what I mean? Yes, Chisora's got the skill and the experience over Fisher, but it'd be a case that Fisher would just knock him out. That's my personal opinion. So I wouldn't want Chisora to continue boxing and to get knocked out by someone that he would have beat in his younger years. But anyway, guys, you guys let me know your thoughts in regards to this fight with Chisora versus Washington. Did you see it? However, I think most people saw it with Chisora actually deserving the win, or did you think Washington probably just done enough? And do you feel that it's time now for Chisora, like myself, to retire, or do you think that he's going to continue? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. As always, subscribe. Bless.